Welcome to another episode of Speaking into the Abyss. I'm Destiny.
And I'm Jessica.
Thank you for joining us. So, Jess, how have you been? Sorry. How have you been?
I've been good. Doing well.
Yeah. Been busy.
Yeah. What about you?
Not as busy.
That's good.
But also doing good.
Yeah.
You had a busy week?
Yeah, I guess so.
Or was it more chill this time around? Did you get more sleep, I guess, is what I'm asking?
I honestly don't even know. So probably not then.
Yeah. But you know what we did do?
What did we do?
40 dubs on Fortnite.
Heck yeah. Actually, I think it's 44.
Oh, that's right. 44, my bad. I don't want to downplay our wins.
Yeah, we did.
And just so everyone else is clear, we win even if we lose, because most of the time it's bots. Most of the time there's like hackers, and that shouldn't count.
Dude, hacking Fortnite, how much do you have to suck? Like, seriously, just go back to hacking COD. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, seriously. But I thought it was so cute. We got close a couple times, but what the best part about playing, I guess, was that we got the same dance.
Yes,
for our characters.
It's cute. We'll post it.
Yeah, we'll post the clip, because it was really fun to play and then do that. That was fun.
Yeah, so if we danced on you, feel blessed.
Yeah, and jump on Fortnite. Maybe you'll get danced on next.
Yes.
That's so funny. Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing. And I didn't realize they were going to have Fallout stuff.
Yeah, me neither. Because we haven't played in a while, and I don't know when you played last.
Was the Avatar, that's it.
Okay, yeah. We've been out for a minute.
Yes, I have no idea, but it's pretty cool. I think it's okay. I'm not really into, like, Metallica. Yeah. So I'm not really into, like, that aspect, but I like the cars are, like right now they're doing, like, editing. Like, you have, what is it called? Like, pimp out your ride? Upgrades, yeah. Yeah, they upgrade the car or whatever while on the map, and it's pretty cool, because then, I mean, it sucks, though, because, like, we were playing, and we lost to two people in two souped-up cars. Yeah,
we would have won. We were not in a vehicle.
Yeah, they were just smashing us.
Yeah,
but
sucks.
Yeah. That was cool. Which reminds me, I've been feeling kind of, there's like some songs that for you, is there any songs that like you listen to now or it comes on or whatever and it like transport you to when you used to play a video game in the past? No. Okay. For me, because I used to play Paradise City Burnout, which is a car game. Okay. With my little brother a lot. Every time I hear tracks that are on that game, immediately I'm like sent back to playing those games. And like, I think that's kind of like, not that they're playing songs from that in Fortnite, but I think like playing with the cars and stuff like that is kind of bringing me back to that time. Yeah. So it's fun. I like that. And reminiscing. And
beautiful. I love that for you.
Yeah. So
you guys know what day it is.
It's time to announce
the winner.
Okay, so we're gonna start off from the runner-up.
Yeah.
They did not win. They are remaining anonymous, but we appreciated the submission, so we wanted to be able to read it out to you guys. Yeah. Okay, so from Anonymous, I got a question for the contest. For both of you, obviously. Have you ever had a lucid dream or any kind of dream that almost felt real? What was it about? Have you ever woken up from a dream and still felt the emotions from it? And what has been your craziest dream?
Okay, do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
If you have something, go. You go.
Okay, honestly, I've had a lot of lucid dreams. I guess I have so many that I can't really remember them, but one that does stick around in my head all the time is a scary one I had.
Ooh.
It was one where I'm like in my bedroom, and at this time I didn't have a bed frame. I just had my mattress on the ground. And me and my partner are sleeping, and then I wake up and I'm scared because I know like something bad is trying to get into the room. And like I can feel it like coming through the living room, and I start praying. And praying. And then like I'm like, what the heck? And then I just like my heart's like dun, 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 and I'm like, oh my god, okay. and I'm just praying, and my eyes are closed, and like, and then I open them, and my door is open, and I keep looking into the dark hall, and then I just like, I'm like, what the heck? And then I just see my partner get dragged. And then I just hear him yelling.
That's terrifying.
And yelling and yelling. And then I wake up and he's yelling.
Oh my God.
He was yelling, dude.
Oh my
and I was
God.
like, what the heck? So I was still so scared when I woke up. And like, I was like, what the heck? And I woke him up and he's like, oh, I was having a weird dream. I was like, what were you dreaming? Because I had a scary dream.
Oh my
His didn't correlate. He didn't remember. But I was like,
he just
weird.
Knew he was
yeah.
That's really crazy. Does your partner screams like common, like or like talking and stuff like that? Is that common for him?
It depends.
Okay, I was
sometimes
say,
I feel like I notice like when he's tired a lot more, he will kind of like mumble some stuff.
Yeah.
But no, one time he scared me. He was like I was like, oh my God, do I need to get the pastor in here? Like,
really? Ooh.
I was like, it was when he had came back from New York from visiting his family. And we're just sleeping on the bed, and I'm like passed out, and I'm sleeping facing him because I'm a slide sleeper, and he's usually a back sleeper. For some reason, he was on his side this time, and I woke up because he was yelling. And when I opened my eyes, his eyes were open, and he was staring at me.
And he was asleep, or
he was asleep. He was dead asleep.
Terrified.
I was like, I was so scared. I was like, wake up. I was like, are you okay? And he's like, oh, what? And I was like, ah. I was like, geez. I was like,
damn.
No.
Is that the only time that his like anything has infiltrated your dreams from like the outside world?
That I can think of right now, yeah.
That's really interesting because I hear that a lot. I can't think of any examples for myself of like things outside world entering my brain except for my dog's barking.
Okay.
Like I have been so tired that like I'm not waking up from my sleep, but I'll hear my dogs barking.
Yeah.
And then I wake up and it's because my dogs are barking.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. And I don't know if this is a really good question because like now that I'm thinking about it, like, can you tell me what like lucid dreaming really is? Like, so maybe I have a better idea.
Okay. So lucid dreaming is like basically when you know you're in a dream.
Do you have like control?
It depends. Okay, so I've had them before where I know I'm in a dream, but I can't really like control. Like it's like base level, like, oh, I'm dreaming. I know I'm dreaming. Mm-hmm. But I've had them before where I'm like, oh, I'm dreaming. I was like, let me practice flying. Let me practice swimming.
That's really cool.
And like, but I notice in dreams where I'm more like aware and moving around, it's a little more sketchy. Like things don't want me to be in the dream
like
realm.
aware.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh.
Yeah, so like in that one I knew I was dreaming, but I was also so scared.
That you couldn't move.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? Oh my God, I just thought, okay.
Go.
I just thought of that.
What?
Another dream, but this was not a lucid dream. So this is just a scary dream I had where, same, in my bedroom, dude, different bed like bed setup, like, and I'm like sleeping and I wake up and my partner looks at me and he's like, oh my God, what the fuck? And he's scaring me and he's like, what's wrong with you? With you? And I'm like, what? And he's like not hearing me. He's like, oh, and he's like crying. He's so scared. He's like, what's going on? And I like try to get closer and he's like backing up away from me. And then when I like try to get in front of him, I have this random mirror in my room all of a sudden. I look in it and my tongue's going like this, like, and it doesn't stop moving.
Like the Exorcist.
Yeah, just like scary, just like moving everywhere. And then I like woke up and I was like,
he's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, it was like so fucking weird.
I mean, it's scary.
And my eyes were rolling too. Like it was,
God.
it was scary.
Like that's nuts.
And I saw my reflection and that's what fucking scared me. Like,
I wonder if anything correlates to like, because you know the brain is very powerful.
Yeah.
I wonder if like because you're such a strong believer and have had like experiences with supernatural stuff, that it plays in your brain, like that is the most terrifying to you, like something like you being possessed or your partner being possessed, and that's why it like is so.
Maybe.
I don't know. That's really crazy. The only dream I can think of where I might have, because I don't know if it's dreaming. Sleep paralysis, does that count as dreaming? Because like you're half asleep.
Know.
That's why you get it, I think.
Yeah.
It's like you're like not, you're so asleep, but your body's up or something.
I don't know. I guess audience, let us know. What do you think? Do you think sleep paralysis is lucid dreaming or not?
And if it is, here's a story. One time, and when I was, let me preface this by saying that I'm a huge spiritual believer as well, in the paranormal and whatever. And because I've also had my own experiences. And so this entity, we'll call it, or whatever, I feel like I had seen it in my day-to-day life already.
Okay.
And at this point, it was something I already know. But I go to bed, and I'm waking up, but I'm not awake because I'm seeing my room. I can see my room, but I can't move. Like, so I can only see what I can like look at with my eyes. Yeah. And I feel something like watching me.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I look in the corner of my room as much as I can, and there's someone standing there.
Like person or shadowy?
More shadowy, but I could tell it had like a humanoid figure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like scared. So I think I like could feel tears coming out of my eyes.
Okay.
And it started moving towards me. And I literally, because like, you know, sleep paralysis usually like is sitting on you. Or it's like, or that's how I've heard, like if people have it sitting on them or it's standing there, but not necessarily that it's moving.
Yeah.
And so this thing starts moving towards me. And I'm like, holy fuck. And I do remember actively thinking, like, wake up, like, fucking wake up. Yeah. This is so scary. And it gets all the way next to my bed before I'm like, I like close my eyes. I'm like, I don't know. I was like trying to go back to bed, I guess, at this point. Yeah. I'm like closing my eyes. And then it feels like, I don't know how much time has passed because then the next thing I open my eyes and it's like I had slept.
Okay, yeah,
so it was like weird. It was like a weird experience. But I feel like that's the closest thing I have to lucid dreaming because I've never been hyper aware inside my dreams. And we've talked about a little bit of dreams before on the podcast. And so like besides like I died in one of them and the dream kept going, like that's the only other experience I have in that realm. But I think dreams are really crazy. And like me and my partner right now, it's so funny. We have a pin for at night, like a cartridge.
Oh yeah.
And we've been hitting it, and we both have been having some crazy dreams recently. Yeah. And he's been calling it the dream serum. And it's cracking me up. That. So we were like going to bed last night. He's like, dream serum? And he's like, you know, handing it to me or whatever. I did not have one that I can remember last night, but I was having some pretty crazy dreams recently. What about you? Have you been having crazy dreams?
Okay, I literally just had a dream about you and your partner.
Really?
We were like somewhere like, I want to say like, kind of like a festival thing. It was weird. There was this huge bus and like a lot of weird stuff were going. Like, I don't even know. Like, I can't remember most of it. I just know you guys were like, what are you doing? Because I kept trying to...
And your tongue was like...
No, stop. No. I think I kept trying to like pick people up to keep partying. And I think you guys were ready to go home. And I was your guys' ride or something. So you guys are like... Wait, what are you doing? We thought the party's over. And I was like, yeah, we just got to do one more stop or something. And we're like picking up a bunch of people on this party bus. And then like it gets raided or something. Yeah, I don't know. And then I woke up and I was like, what a weird dream.
That's so random. Interesting. Yeah. I'm curious to see if any of our listeners have had really crazy dreams, very lucid dreams, or anything in between that. My dad, when I was younger, used to tell me that he would actively lucid dream. Like, he chooses when he lucid dreams because I mean, TMI, whatever, but he spent a lot of time in prison and doing stuff. So, I mean, what else are you going to do but, like, learn shit? And, like, so he was like, I would, fall asleep. I would practice what I needed to practice, whatever. He's like, now, when I go to bed... I can just choose to do it. And so he would go to bed and he like said that he had this one lucid dream thing where he like got out of his body or whatever. And walked around the entire house, like went to the kitchen.
What's that called? I can't think of the word.
Out of body? Astral projection. Yes. And they say the more you lucid dream, the easier it is to do that.
But you gotta be careful when you do that.
You don't want to get stuck.
Because you might get stuck or someone might get in your body.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You don't get too far because either you'll get...
What is it? Is it the Insidious movies? No. Yeah, wait.
Is it?
The door one? No.
I don't know.
Is it Insidious? It might be Insidious.
I don't remember.
I think it is.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Where that's there's like the 4. Thing? Yeah, like that the sun goes too far and like...
Oh, someone takes over his body?
Have you seen it? I think it's either Insidious or Sinister. I'm pretty sure it's Insidious.
I was going to say Sinister is the found footage movie.
Okay, then so it's Insidious.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, but... And just want to apologize. I don't know if any of the background noise is going to make it onto the episode, but someone is, like, doing yard work right now.
Yeah, it's like a
blasting
party.
some music.
Yeah.
So
they got all their friends to come do construction
cool.
and yard work with music. Hey, it is cool, but we're recording a podcast.
we throw a sign recording in progress.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that on Etsy. I knew I should have bought it.
Dude.
That's so funny. That's pretty cool though. Yeah, so I don't know. I've always wanted to. Have you done that astral projection?
No, or I can't remember if I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird
well,
stuff.
thank you for your submission.
Yeah, that was a great write-in.
Yeah, that was a great write-in. And then we have second place.
Second place, yes.
Jessica's gonna
1 second.
Yeah, Jessica's gonna go ahead and read that for us.
And I'm not sure if they wanted to remain anonymous. They didn't clarify, but if they do want to be shouted out, we'll ask them and we will shout it out next episode.
Yes, but as of now, they'll be anonymous.
It starts out with some suggestions for topics and then a question.
Okay.
So it says ghost stories, spiritual awakenings, voodoo, experiences, anything surrounded that type of thing I enjoy listening to. So I guess my question to you guys is, do you believe in psychic readings, spiritual healing, and would any of you ever consider going to a fortune teller just for the fun of it?
Ooh, I like that.
Right? So good.
I'll just start by saying, yes, I absolutely would go to a fortune teller. I think that's awesome. I think anything spiritual is fun, even if like you kind of only half believe in it or whatever.
Yeah,
why
it's
not?
still fun to do.
Yeah, it's still fun to do. It's like tarot cards and stuff like that. I love doing that stuff. What was it like? Do you believe? Was it you believe in voodoo? What?
No, I think that's just like topics.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys believe in psychic readings, spiritual healings, and would you consider going to the fortune teller? Just for fun, definitely.
Spiritual healing, yeah, I do believe in that.
Yeah, so do I. I'm like, we were just talking about frequencies. Was that last episode?
A couple of maybe
yeah.
ago. But yeah, that's absolutely. Yeah, that's so good question, good write-in, and good suggestions also. Thank you. I wonder what the write-in person believes also.
Oh, yeah. Let us know. Let us know right back.
Because that's a variety of topics, but all kind of in the realm of spirituality. In the same umbrella. Which is really cool because I love that and I love spirituality. And I feel like specifically right now I'm like on such a kick of it. Like I'm just like getting into so many different like things. So that's really cool, and maybe it's making me think a little bit. You have a friend, right? You said that does that stuff, the spiritual.
Yeah. She reads bones. She reads tarot.
How do you read bones?
Oh my gosh, she was telling me last time something about the way they land. I think so. Yeah,
I think I've seen that. I've seen like yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
we should try and get them on.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be a really good episode. I also have a friend that does tarot cards, so maybe we could have them on here at some point.
Yeah. We'll get different readings from different people.
Yeah. When I heard voodoo, I'm not gonna lie, like, not necessarily voodoo, but, you know, like, when people say, like, if you give somebody a tea steeped with your panties.
Wait, say that again?
You never heard that?
Okay.
Like, you steep tea, but it's your panties? Like, used panties?
No, that's crazy.
It's like a brujeria thing, where they, like...
What happens if people drink it?
They love you. They keep being in love with you. It's like not to make them fall in love, but it helps solidify the love, I guess. And I was like, and so at least that's what I understand of it. If I'm wrong,
they're like, oh, this tastes a little funky.
But I think there's like something specifically with period blood too.
Okay,
like
yeah.
and love and stuff. Like, you know, blood magic's a thing.
Yeah,
like, that's pretty nuts. And I'd be seeing like, I don't know, because like to me, like that all kind of intertwines with like like blood magic, like witch stuff and like voodoo stuff kind of all is under the same umbrella. They're just all different people who started and practices that thing. And like, so tattooing, and I've talked about this before, I think that like, I think I've talked about it before. I think that like, you know how people say don't get people's name tattooed on you because it's bad luck? I think that's true, not because it's their name necessarily, because I think that like getting matching tattoos with people can be a sketchy thing too, because I feel like that's a type of blood magic, whether you believe it or not. I feel like you are kind of putting out this energy towards like, and you're literally drawing your own blood.
It's we got to get connected, you know?
Yeah,
that's why you get, you know, I don't regret my best friend tattoo I love that person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you can don't regret it.
No, I know, but you know, it's something deep. It's supposed to be something like that's going to keep us together forever.
Yes, exactly. And so that's why I think it's very important to just be cautious of that stuff anyway. Don't just jump into things. But I be seeing people like young couples in high school and stuff doing the like blood necklaces. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. It's like you're devoting a lot.
Kourtney Kardashian and Travis have one.
They're copying us from like the 2009
Well, that's like
era.
it's like I think I want to say did Megan and MGK do it? Right?
Isn't that what you just said? Oh no, you said Travis and
Kourtney.
No, I think Megan and whatever his name is.
Right, I think that's him.
They did a ring. He with the ring that had thorns or something, so you couldn't take it off without degloving your finger. She had to get it cut off if she ever wanted it off. It has like spikes. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Yikes. That's really intense, actually. Yeah. But yeah, and then you see them like not together, and I don't know if it has any correlation or not, because I mean, obviously they're young too, so it's like it could be that. But like, I don't know. I just think that's some serious stuff. Like when you're giving your own blood to somebody else, like not even in the sense of, I don't know. I think that stuff is interesting. I wish I knew more about it. So maybe I'll learn more, but I think that's a good write-in.
Yeah, I definitely believe in psychic readings too.
I've never had one done.
I haven't had one done either, but I also believe that there is people that abuse it.
Yeah,
but I feel like I'm pretty in tune. I'm assuming you're pretty in tune, and like I feel like there's a certain way people go about things, and if they can actually like pull stuff out that doesn't take any prying or any like, I'm feeling
does anybody have a grandma?
A Jumma deedly bead and they're like, Cheryl, Cheryl,
She was old, and they're like, no, and she's like, that's what I meant.
Sorry, I got another interference.
There was somebody else it was somebody else. No. Like this,
know.
What is it? The Staten Island medium or whatever?
Yeah.
Like her, she's so fucking fake, and it's just like whatever. And I'm with you on that. I do believe that there are.
You know who I seen that genuine. I like? The guy who drives around in the car.
I was literally able to tell you that. I remember him talking about somebody's dead kid, and they were like crying because they didn't even. And they hadn't even admitted anything yet. They were just, like,
or Sylvia Brown.
I don't know the name off the top of my head.
Okay, she was on Montel a lot on Wednesdays, and I love to watch Montel on Wednesdays after school, and she would come on and she'd do readings for the crowd and stuff. She has a bunch of books. I was so sad. I didn't know she died for the longest time, and then I was like, what the heck?
I didn't watch the show, so I don't know how she went about it, but I get weary of TV shows and mediums and stuff like that, because how do I know that they didn't
she was like
preface this before actors in there?
And she was like big before, like he was lucky to get her on and whatever.
Got you. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I love that actually read a lot of her books in like elementary school.
That's probably why you're so connected.
I love little spooky
action. Yeah, that's so funny. No, that's cool though. I don't know. So when it comes to like spirit world stuff, that entity thing that followed me around for like years of my life, that was in my room.
Yeah,
that thing is like the biggest, I think, connection to any spirit thing that I've ever had, and that was like really nuts for me, because it was like scary at first, and then it was like comforting for the most part. And so like it was something I didn't really share with anybody, because it's like
you're just used to having like some consistency in life. You're like, at least
this
shadow guy's always here.
Shadow man's always here. But it's like, also I guess I thought it would be weird. Like, I don't know, like my dad is always,
tell people, because people are so fucking rude and skeptic and whatever. Question: would you consider seeing your shadow person like a ghost?
I don't know.
Or do you think it's in a different category?
I think that's why I also had a hard time talking about it, because I didn't know where it fell.
Yeah,
because it didn't feel like a ghost, but it didn't feel like a
demon.
Bad thing. Yeah. So it was like kind of confusing, because it's like, well, then what is it? Like, I guess maybe I just haven't heard the right word yet.
Yeah.
But that's why I guess I always say entity, or like,
yeah, it says like a shadow
spirit.
person.
Yeah, because it's like, and it wasn't like, and I don't want to say like, I think shadow person's a good description for it, but it wasn't like a shadow, if anybody, for people listening, it was like a solid, like I couldn't see through it or anything, but it was solid, and it wasn't always super close, like it'd be across the way or whatever, but it was kind of always there, and I don't know, and then it went away one day, and so I feel like that's kind of like the closest I have. That, and
do you like remember when it went away, or was it like super random?
Yeah, I think I was like 17 years old, so I think it followed me around from the age of like 11 to 17, so about 6 years of my life.
Okay, was there anything pivotal that happened when you were 17 that it was like, oh, finally, I can go?
I'm wondering, and I don't want to get too deep on this podcast, or maybe I do, I don't know, but...
Let's pause. I'm just kidding.
But I think, like, maybe it was me, like, I don't know, because I've always struggled with mental health issues.
Yes.
From a young age. And so, like, and that is 10, 9-ish is, like, kind of when I had these really bad thoughts. And then 11-ish is, like, kind of when it showed up, whatever. And then I feel like 17, I mean, I still struggle with my issues, but I feel like maybe at 17, because I was leaving, because I was, like, doing my own thing. I was, like, becoming my own adult.
Yes.
That maybe, I don't know, and that's what makes it think, is it a creature? Is it my own, like, fucking brain creating something? You know what I mean? That's just been there for years?
Or is it like someone who knows you that's manifesting, and they're not strong enough, so they're like a shadow?
When I told my dad for the first time, we were in the car, and we had just got back from something. It was late, and I was, like, crying, because I hadn't seen the thing in a while, and I don't know if that's
You're like,
why.
my friend's gone.
I was like, I don't know if that's why I was crying, or I was worried that, I don't know if I did something wrong. I don't know if yeah, I didn't know. So I was like, Dad, I gotta tell you about this thing that, like, I don't know how to tell anybody. And he's like, well, what is it? And I was like, there's this entity, this thing, this spirit, like this shadow figure that, like, has been following me around for, like, years. Every house we move to, every school I go to, it's there. It's with me. And I was like, I don't know. And he started crying, and he told me that. And he wasn't, like, sobbing, but he, like,
teared up. Yeah.
He told me that when he was in prison once, he saw this, like, it was the moonlight, and it, like, came through the window perfectly.
Yeah.
And, like, it shone into his, like, room or whatever. And he said he was, like, praying to his friend who had just died.
Oh, okay.
That he wanted him to be able to look up after me. After he had passed, now that he was, like, free to do so, he's like, well, I'm in here, please, like, look after my daughter or whatever. And he says, now that you've said that, he's like, I don't know, something tells me, like, it's him. And I wonder if, like, it was
my gosh,
him,
yeah.
you know? And, like,
that's crazy.
That's a really crazy thought to think, but, I mean, like, it's also a comforting thought, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, if it is somebody who really cared about my dad and cared about his family and how we, like, all lived, then maybe it makes more sense that while I'm becoming my own adult and, like, finally going on and doing my own things, he's cool to, like, take a back seat. Like, cool, I did my job.
Yeah.
You know?
He's like, I did it.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, so, I don't know. Maybe it's that. I just thought that was, like, a cool thing that, like, my dad told me. Whether it was or was not, it did give me some comfort.
Yeah, good. Good. I love that for you.
Thank you. All right. Should we read the winner?
Yes, the winner.
Okay. Let's see. The winner is also going to be remaining anonymous. But congratulations. Woo! Yes. Okay, so this is a little bit long. I'm trying to read it to the best of my ability. Quote, so I have this cousin who is at least 10 years older than me. I don't have good memories with this cousin. In fact, I think she's the reason for majority of my issues today as far as my mental health goes. Anyway, here are a few examples of what I had to endure with this cousin. I've been told straight up that she didn't like me because as a kid and having shitty parents, our grandpa would coddle me. She didn't like me getting more attention than her, so then she would turn around and make me do some pretty fucked up things. At one point, she had her brother, parentheses, my other cousin, and me getting into these positions with each other. And then she would tell us that these are actually sex positions. So, okay. So her and her male cousin.
Oh, the sister would prop them up. That's fucking weird.
Prop them up to do sexual positions and tell them it's a fun thing or whatever, and then admit that it's a sex thing. She would guilt me into trying alcohol. When I would be disgusted by the flavor, she would offer me, quote, water, which would actually be straight vodka.
Oh my god.
That's fucked up. That wasn't a fun one, because I have a huge aversion to throwing up. And boy, did that almost make me puke my brains out. Mind you, this is about when I was 8 or 9 years old.
Wow.
Jeez. She would always make me feel scared and freaked out whenever I was over at her house, either with scary movies or having her friends scare me. She's the reason I can't watch scary movies and why I ended up sleeping in my grandma's bed until I got into high school. That one is thanks to her forcing me to watch the movie Signs, which I know a lot of people are fucking terrified by that movie.
Dude, honestly, I haven't even seen it yet.
I think if you watch it now, you wouldn't be scared. But
no, yeah.
As a
I don't
kid
think I would be
it,
scared.
Because
I grew up watching scary movies.
True, I guess. But I think at the time Signs came out, it was like the only one of its kind to be so freaky because people really thought these were found footages of like aliens and shit. I don't know. Anyway, or the owl. I don't know. I always hear that that's the Signs is the movie that caused a lot of people to be afraid of aliens. So that's pretty interesting. Okay, it says, I was terrified that an alien would snatch me in my sleep for years. Aliens still freak me out and I'm 28. She sexualized me a lot by making me dress inappropriately, forcing me to watch porn with her, and that thing with her brother. She almost convinced my grandma to let her take me to a rave with her, which thankfully didn't happen. Not that I didn't have anything against raves, but being with her and her group, who knows what would have happened. She would also make me sneak out with her to go over to... She would also make me sneak out with her to go over to her boyfriend's house, and I remember just sitting in this stranger's living room, and the two of them just going off into another room somewhere. I was very young for all of this, so me being able to say no or leave these situations just wasn't something I knew how to do. And to be honest, most of these memories have lost a lot of detail because they are just so fucked up, and I'm sure I try to forget the really bad shit. To sum that all up, my cousin was an awful person to me growing up, and now she's a fully grown adult who really doesn't understand the shit she put me through and thinks we can go on to be close family. I truly don't think she realizes the trauma she gave me, let alone think she did anything wrong. In fact, she is married now with a guy who has a daughter, and they are now expecting to have a kid of their own. She even invited me to the baby shower. I'm just wondering if she's going to ruin her own kids as much as she did me, or if I was just the one being hated. I'm not going to the baby shower, and I have no interest in having any type of relationship with her, and I honestly feel bad for the kids that are now a part of her life. Anyway, that's my story. Thank you.
Wow.
That's a doozy.
That's crazy. I don't know. I'm always perplexed at the, like, things that people who are entitled to, like, trust you, people who you're supposed to, like, love and have confidence and feel safe with, how they'll abuse their power and like take advantage of you because you're unaware and you're so small and your brain's not developed and you don't know that they're freaking doing things they're not supposed to do to you.
That's really, really scary and sad, and that is why they also say like most things that happen are within the family because they have the most access to you, they have the most trust to have access to you without thought. I wonder how, I don't know, it didn't say how old the cousin was, so I wonder how much
I was wondering
the age difference
age
is.
gap, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, she had a boyfriend, it said, like, so, I mean, older, I guess. And
if they were going to raves, too.
True, at least 16, at least.
Yeah, at least.
That's fucked up, that's really crazy. That's really crazy. I had way older cousins than me when I grew up, like, and I just remember, like, we would do dance-offs and, like, dance competitions.
Yeah.
Like, the older ones were, like, the MCs, you know? Like, younger kids are the ones, like, dancing or whatever. Like, that's how they, like, played with us. Hide and go seek in the dark or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in high school, I think I was a freshman, I went over to one of my friend's house, and I hadn't hung out with her in a really long time. And there was no particular reason, just, like, we kind of didn't talk for a while.
Yeah.
And then I went over to her house, and she had a brother and, like, a cousin over.
Okay.
And I think they're all half related somehow. I'm not really sure the details. It doesn't really matter because I felt mad uncomfortable. So I did think her brother was, like, kind of cute, but he was also older than me, and I don't know what I was doing at the time. I think I was just focusing. I don't know what I was doing on school. But anyway, so I wasn't really looking for a boyfriend. But I was over at her house, and we go to the gas station first. We go back with snacks. She's, hanging out with me. And I think there's something about her paying for the snacks and stuff that kind of made me feel like I had to stay longer than I wanted to. Yeah. Because I had to walk home, and my parents were very strict, so I was like, I gotta get home at a certain time, and then she was like, yeah. We're sitting on the couch, and her brother's like goes to his room or whatever, and she's like, you should go to my brother's room.
Weird.
And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, he wants to hang out with you. And I was like, what? And then I was like, no, like, I don't know. That's weird. I don't really talk to your brother. Yeah. And then their cousin's over, and I do talk to the cousin, so I'm, like, talking to him, whatever. We're just, like, talking. We're, like, in the same grade or whatever. And then we, like, all end up in the brother's room. And then they all leave me and the brother in the room.
What the fuck?
And the sister, like, closes the door.
What in the world?
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he's, like, talking to me, and I'm hoping, like, this isn't, like, anything weird or whatever. But he does, like, try to, like, hook up with me, like, kiss me and, like, all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm not ready, like, I'm not, and at the time, too, like, not that there's anything wrong with not being a virgin in high school, but I was a virgin in my freshman year and stuff, and I just was, like, not prepared for any of this. I don't know hookup culture, I don't know how to do that, so I was like, no, okay, saving myself, and he was like, oh, well, and then it came out to be that was the whole purpose of me going over.
Wow.
Was she was trying to hook me up with her brother.
That's so fucking weird.
Super weird.
And, like, okay, sure, maybe if she was cool with it, he's cool, but then, like, also be like, hey, by the
Nobody
way,
even asked me,
my brother, for some reason, wants to hook up with you. How do you feel about that? Would that even be something,
Yeah, like, I think the weirdest part is that they ended up, like, behind, like, his window at his bedroom and, like, trying to peek in and stuff. So
they're trying to get a live show.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was, like, gonna be recorded. I don't know what it was.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Legitimately, after that, I never hung out with her again because I felt, like, scared that she was trying to set me up.
Yeah.
That she was either trying to get him to do something to me or get him to do something to me, record it, or watch it herself, but regardless, to me, every fucking possibility was wrong.
Yeah.
And I just was like, like, that's really, like, and that's somebody, I don't know, like, I thought she was just my friend, and it's so weird, so, like, I can't imagine, like, my family member putting me in these weird positions, telling me it's so funny, and then telling me, like, it's a sex thing, and it's just, like, I don't know, I feel really bad for the person who wrote in, just because, like, I obviously, just like they said, like, the horror movie aspect, like, now they can't watch scary movies. I am so sure that this other stuff has also impacted them. Like, there's no way it doesn't reach all other parts of your fucking day-to-day life or your human existence. And so, like, that's really fucked up. Do I think your cousin's gonna fuck up her child? Probably. Yeah. Probably. But, I mean, unless she got help for what the fuck she was doing. Like, she probably doesn't know. And like you said, she doesn't think she even did anything wrong. Yeah. People like that, I mean, obviously she didn't change because she doesn't think she did anything wrong. So it's like, they're gonna do some fucked up shit, I feel like.
Yeah. Probably not be the best mom. Hopefully not as bad. And it sucks that, like, you had to go through that. But hopefully, as a mom, maybe she's gonna, like, wake up to, like, oh, wait, what? And
I would never want this to happen to my daughter.
Yeah, you know, and then maybe catch, like, wind of what she did and maybe reflect or something. Yeah. But
and I wonder, for the person who wrote it, I wonder if she would if she apologized, would you accept it? I mean, not say, like, would you hang out with her, but, like, would you at least be like, apology? Oh, like, thank you. Like, if she was genuinely sincere, realize she did fuck up or something. Like, I was just a weird ass, whatever age-year-old I was, and, like, maybe something happened to her.
Yeah, I was gonna
what is it? Like, abusers abuse? Yeah, it's a vicious cycle, unfortunately, and it's... You got to be the ones to break it, you know what I mean? I think a person who wrote in, I think that you're doing that, right? I mean, like, you're not being a fucking weirdo freak, so you're already breaking those generational curses and traumas. So congrats for you. I do hope that she is a better mom, like Jess said, for her own kid.
Stop
and
the
for
trauma.
her partner's kid. Because, like, I hope that because it's, not just not her kid, that she does respect that child as it's her own.
Yeah.
That's all you can hope from outsider's perspective. Especially, if you're not going to be getting involved, I guess, if you're going to be, completely away from the situation, just hope for the best and try not to keep up with it.
Yeah.
That's crazy, though. Did you have any weird cousins?
No, not really. I'm the oldest, and I had one cousin I would hang out with. And, that's, pretty much here. And we were the oldest, and we were, the older cousins. And, you said you, when we would do family parties and stuff, we would go into my room, and I had, a speaker system.
Yeah.
I had strobe lights,
Nice.
and, we would, get, my little brother and, our cousins, and we'd all get in the room. And we'd get, turn on the strobe light, turn on music. And then we would go into the kitchen. And because all the adults would be drinking and stuff, we'd pour up little shots of, apple juice or chocolate milk. Yeah. And then we're like, ooh. And then we're
it's your
pretending we're in a club. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I remember the dance battles that we had is at my grandma's. It was all the family always got together at my grandparents' house because it was such a bigger property than everybody had. So we go to their house, and then in the back he had this shed housey thing that he had a drum kit in, a foosball table, and darts or something. And obviously the kids weren't allowed to play with the darts, but we'd move the foosball table out of the way. Yeah. And then my oldest cousins, because I have a lot of fucking cousins, but the oldest cousin would pretend he had a mic, and he'd be like, to get this started, we're gonna, and then we could we could do requests if you had a dance you wanted to do to a certain song. And it would be, youngest versus the youngest, and it would go until lose. And then I'll just say this. One time I do remember being the best dancer of all my cousins and winning everybody. And then I had to face off against one of the younger ones, and they told me I had to lose on purpose because they didn't want to hurt her feelings. So my winning streak was cut off because I was just too good. But I did have weird cousins who are related to that side of the family that I'm talking about, but different uncle. Is a different uncle. And I feel here's I don't know. I don't want to shit on anybody religiously, but because I think if you're not hurting anybody, it's cool. But honestly, I think that when you have kids and you just you can't do anything but be religiously slave, don't sin, don't do this, pray every time, sometimes you raise some weirdo kids, dude. And I had these cousins that kind of grew up away from everybody else, and when I finally got to start hanging out with them or stuff, I noticed they were super religious. And it's not how I grew up, and it's not how I really know, but I was respectful of it. When you're in somebody else's house, you kind of go by what they do. So that's what I was doing when I spent the night there and stuff. And so it was a guy and then two girls, and the girl was probably a year or two younger than me and him, and we were the same age. And then the youngest was a girl. And then they had this other cousin who came. This is just I can't believe I'm saying this. They had another cousin that came by who I guess wasn't related to me or was so far removed or related to somebody else that I didn't know. My aunt, who's not related to me, but just married and whatever. And I remember hanging out with them all, chilling, vibes, whatever. And I've always been I don't give a fuck kid. I'm such a weird fucking kid. And so, probably very tomboyish. And this... I guess my cousin's cousins, had gotten a crush on me while I was hanging out there, sleeping over and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And told my girl cousin, and she got mad at me because she had a crush on her cousin. Yeah. So because she had a crush on him and he had a crush on me, it was my fault somehow. And I was like, this is all weird. I don't want anything to do with this. Come to find out that not only that, but my male cousin that was the same age as me had a crush on me.
Oh,
that
weird.
Turned everything so.
And these are the religious
weird.
ones?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
It turned everything super fucking weird. Well, because they had no access to anybody else.
Yeah.
It's like a flowers in the attic thing. You shove your kids in the fucking attic and tell them they're not allowed to do anything. They're gonna eventually fuck each other, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. But it was weird because I remember I would sleep over every now and then. It wasn't on a constant because, I said, they were kind of removed from everybody else. And then I remember I got invited to a dance or whatever, and then I was yeah, cool, because I didn't go to any of my school dances. Yeah. So I was sure, I'll go with you to your school dance. And when I get there, like these girls are coming up to me, oh, you're his girlfriend, you're his girlfriend. I was like, no, I'm his cousin. They're like, he was saying he's bringing his girlfriend and like all this stuff, and it just made me feel so icky, sicky.
Yeah, he had a
disgusting.
top secret plan. He's like, no one's gonna ask her if she's my girlfriend.
And he also lied about a lot of stuff, just like he would lie about being this huge YouTuber. And I was like, wait, how are you that? And because the YouTuber didn't have a face, and it would have like, it was like a deep voice. I was like, this is not you. And he's like, I use a voice changer.
That's so funny. Imagine he really was.
Okay, I would not. There's no fucking way. I was like,
you should have been like, show me the stuff.
I swear to God, I tried. And it's just one of those things where they're lying. So I was like, all right, he's a liar. So then after this dance thing happened,
and how old were you guys at this time?
I think I was a sophomore going into my sophomore year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Just because I think I had to, because my freshman year I wasn't here. So it had to be sophomore year. And I was like, I'm never coming back over. And I never did.
Good.
Never ever went over again. And I've literally never talked to them again. And I don't know. She's married now. The one that got mad at me, she's married now.
Good.
I don't know who to who, but she's married.
Hopefully not her cousin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they both joined like the Marines or maybe
interesting.
No, probably not the Marines, but the Army or something. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if you've ever heard like in Mexico they say like entre primos está más caliente, which is like basically it's hotter between cousins because it's like a forbidden fruit situation. So and I was like, what
That's
the
disgusting.
Heck? I was like, no one says that.
Disgusting.
I'm like, you guys are gross.
That's fucking fucked up. Yes. Yeah. It's fucked up. Like, I can't even begin to, like, I can't even know. I don't know how you would even, like, fight that it's right.
Yeah,
I don't know how you even. Yeah. It's just because it's hotter. That doesn't mean anything.
I'm like, definitely not hotter.
That makes this. Yeah, that's not it for me. And I think like I don't know. Maybe no. I genuinely feel like that they were just so closed off from the rest of the world. They had no options. You know? Yeah, it's like who they knew, and it's their cousins because that's all they're like, allowed to be with.
She's the prettiest one.
Yeah, she's the only cousin that comes around.
Yeah,
so, I don't know, but yeah, I'm so glad that whatever, and I hope that they've changed and have met more people in their life, and
for sure,
maybe don't put the same traumas on their own children. But yeah, so congratulations and thank you everybody who submitted.
Thank you so much. We loved all the responses. We read them all.
Yes, and we will be getting the winner their stickers and their gift card ASAP.
Yes.
And if you missed it, don't worry, we'll do one again in the future.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Yes. Let's say, speaking of our week, it was Simba's birthday on Friday.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Simba. Woo. Big 7.
Big 7.
Yes, and interestingly enough, when I was at so me and Des go to the dog park late all the time, and it's usually empty. No one ever shows up. We're there for hours. We're there from like 10 p.m. anywhere to like 1, 2 in the morning. Nobody ever. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to take Simba and Moon out for a little while. It's his birthday. I was working like super late. So we get there at 10, and there's this guy that gets there right when we get there. He was nice. He asked if he could go in with his dog. Mm-hmm. And he was really cool. He was just a lot. He was just talking my ear off for the whole hour I was there. Ugh. Walking when I walked, we were walking around, which was fine. I was like being kind and like,
sure.
He wasn't like weird or anything. Sure. It was just like
a lot.
Yeah. Which he's like, yeah, I used to like live in this small town and I didn't talk to no one and blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, I talk everyone's ear off. And I was like, yeah.
At least he's self-aware.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. I was like, what a character. I was like, I thought I was just going to vibe out and chill, hang out with my dogs. But yeah.
Ain't that the way it goes? It's almost like, you heard of the cat distribution system?
I'm waiting.
I think it's kind of like that with people sometimes.
Okay.
Like if you're alone.
The PDS?
Yeah, person. It's so funny. I think like, I don't know, maybe it's just like, because what? I don't know. What if he hadn't been there and there would have been something else? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but then it's like because he was there, nothing else happened. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I don't know.
Those weirdos that came in at the end.
Yeah. It's like, what if they would have went in way earlier?
Yeah.
Before but
They're
he was
probably
there.
Like, oh my God, that guy won't stop talking. Let's stay
Let's not. Yeah. I don't know. Or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're just like meant to have that whatever conversations you were having. Or maybe you were meant to be in his life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like be there for that moment for his life. And it probably just like
we hugged.
Was better. Really?
Yeah.
Was it a good hug?
I guess it was fine. I mean, it didn't. I think it felt like it was more for him than me.
Okay, then yeah, he probably was.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. I was like, interesting. I'm like, not that I don't hug right away, but I think it was so quick. Oh. He's like, yes, I can't remember what I said, and he got so happy. He's like, you understand? And he gave me a hug, and I was like, okay. Yes. Yeah,
I'm not like that. I'm not like just a hugger. But I feel like if somebody's propping to hug, it's like, what do you do? Just like
this is my no square.
Yeah. Right. It's like, I don't know. I guess I probably would have hugged them too, but it wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad. It was just caught me off guard.
Yeah. Huh. Well, happy birthday, Simba.
Woo!
I know. Ellie's gonna be 7 in December.
The big 7s.
That's really crazy. Isn't it crazy our dogs are kind of the same age?
Yeah.
Just a few months, both of them.
Yeah.
Because
how old is Callie?
Same as Moon, but in December also.
Okay. Wait, so Callie's older than Moon?
Well, because...
Wait, no, is she going to turn 6? Or is
Callie's turning 6, yeah.
Okay, so Moon's older for a few months.
Yeah, by a few months, just like Simba's a few months older than
Crazy.
Ellie. Both my dogs are in December, which is like...
Yeah.
The craziest, but different ends of December.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think horoscopes work on dogs?
I wonder.
Like, do you believe in horoscopes for people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how it works for doggies. Because, like, it makes me really wish, like, I had known the exact time and date and, like, place that Ellie and Callie were both born. Yeah. So that I could get their charts.
Get their actuals.
I would get them printed and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, my little babies. I love my little babies.
Yes. Today I was talking to a girl, and she's telling me about how, like, her dog, which was a rescue, is, like, best friends with her friend's dog. And she would go pick up her best friend, like, the dog's best friend. They would go hiking and play or whatever. And then she's here studying. And so the dog's back home with the parents. And I guess the parents moved to another city for, like, a year and then moved back to the same spot. And then, like, recorded a video of her reuniting with her friend. And then would not let her leave. Like, they tried to go home and, like, the other dog was barking. She did not want her to go. And then so she ended up having a sleepover, and it was cute. She's like, yeah, she's like, I think they're lovers. And then she's like, they're both girls though. And then that's what she said. And she's like, but that's okay. I was like, yeah. I was like, my dog and my best friend's dog also lovers, little girlfriends.
Each other.
Moon and Ellie, guys. If you guys didn't ship them, now you know.
Yeah, exactly. They're literally so sweet. The way Ellie, like, dances in front of Moon's face and gives her kisses every time.
So beautiful.
I love it. I love their love. I love love.
I love love too.
I love love. Dang. Have you been watching The Bear?
No, I've never watched it before.
Oh, okay.
Is that the cooking show?
Yeah, the cooking one that everyone kind of was watching. I think that it's on its 3rd season now. It just came out recently, which is crazy because I thought the 2nd season honestly came out the beginning of this year, but I guess I was wrong.
Oh, okay.
It seems like it's coming out really fast, but yeah, so we're watching the 3rd season already.
Nice.
Is it? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I don't know.
I do feel like, okay, I really love the 1st and 2nd season. Thought they were really
sucks.
good. No, but the 1st episode of the 3rd season is like longer than it, well, at least it felt way longer than all the other episodes so far. Yeah. And it had no information. Yeah. It's literally just cinematic shots for like 30 minutes. It's like, what the fuck, dude? And it's like, I don't know, like, not that I hate on that shit, because it can be cool, but it's like when I'm watching a show, if you're going to use one whole episode towards that, why is it the 1st episode?
Yeah.
It just like kind of threw me for a loop, because then I was starting to think like, is this what the whole new season's gonna be like? But thank God it's not.
You're like, I hope not.
It's not. But just a warning out there for anybody who does watch The Bear. You can honestly skip the 1st episode. You learn nothing. There is nothing to see.
Unless you want to see scenery.
Yeah, unless you want to see Chicago. The same scenes of Chicago over and over again with different shots. Yeah. That'd be cool. But yeah, the Windy City. I would like to go there. I think I just want to travel in general. I like visiting places, but I always wanted to do, like the people who have like, what is it called? Like the largest ball of yarn.
Oh yeah, like monuments.
Yeah, like stuff like that, but like the funny ones, like the largest cow, and it's like a statue of a cow or something. Stuff like that. And I always wanted to do something like that, and it just reminded me of this like. Well, now I'm just reminding myself of like TikTok videos because I remember this one video of this girl who got married and they did all their photo shoot at those dinosaurs in Nevada. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
It's like a T-Rex or whatever you can get inside of, and like, no.
I
don't know what it's called. People are going to think I'm so dumb for not knowing what it's called, but whatever it's called, it's in the Nevada desert and it has like dinosaurs and stuff.
Okay.
And I saw this girl get married there. Or see photos and stuff. Oh my god, Jess, I was driving downtown and we were just driving and I made a joke to my partner. I was like, let's go get married because we have those like little chapels. So we're driving past the chapels and we go over the bridge and then there's the courthouse. And I see someone getting their photos done for their wedding. I immediately start crying. I was like, that's so beautiful. They're all posed. I know, they just look so cute.
Was that today?
It was yesterday.
Oh.
But yeah, it made me cry.
I'll say your outfit.
I coulda. I'm wearing all white today. Jess, let's go get married.
Let's go.
Let's go get married. We're gonna go get married.
What is it? Dun, 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 dun. I was worried.
The dogs.
That'd be cute. I was worried I was gonna start singing the graduation one. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah! I honestly wouldn't know. I didn't know that one. I was like, hold on, what? And then he sang it. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, I was thinking of, do you know that song, Let's Get Married?
No.
Ooh, that one's like one of my favorites. I think when I do get married, nobody better steal this. I am going to use it in my like dance or something. Listen.
Cute.
It's such a fun song. We'll just play a little snippet of it.
Okay, I know what song this is. Yeah,
it's so cute. I just wanna get married.
I like obviously have not heard it more than like once or twice because I don't like know the words or like, but I recognize the beat.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. And it's just a fun little. I love the beat. I love the lyrics. Obviously, I just love that era of music also. So that's cool. Have you seen that trend on TikTok where it's like, how's the song go? It's like, I miss my lover, man.
No, I have not.
I have. And I think it started becoming a thing during this month of Pride.
Okay.
Because I've noticed it's all like LGBTQ couples.
Okay, cool.
But more specifically, older LGBT couples. So because the song is like, I'm a lover boy and I miss my lover. Or I'm a lover man. I miss my lover, comma, man. And so I saw this one. It was this lady, and she's like older now. Yeah, and it's her, and it's like, I'm Mr. Lover Man. And then the next slide is like, and I miss my lover man. And it's her and this woman in front of a truck, and the picture's like black and white. Aww. And it's them holding each other, and they look so in love, Jess. And then in the caption, she wrote this letter for her. And I guess the woman had to, at the time, because of the war or whatever, she had to deport and go back to another country that she was from or whatever it was. And she said, this photo is the last photo we took together.
Oh, no.
And she goes on to say, like, how much she loved her and how much she impacted her life. And she's never loved anyone as much as she's loved her.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
Like, she's like, I hope you're doing well. And, like, I hope this finds you. And I just was like, if that's the power of the internet for you, you know what I mean?
I was going to say, did you see the story of that sergeant, like, I can't remember what exactly, because I was honestly just on the phone really quick in the bathroom, so I just, like, read it. But no one knew he was gay till he died recently, and it's in his obituary and he put the note there saying, like, he was scared to come out because he didn't know what was going to happen. And so he was like, and then he said he had been with this guy for a long time and, like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, my gosh, dude.
Jess.
I know.
That reminded me of this video I recently saw about why it's important to come out or to give props to those who do come out and or like just support them, because it was this actor, I forget what his name is or what specifically he's acting, because honestly I can't remember his face right now, but it's an interview with him, and he's talking about how he was on set of something and he had a heart attack, and he was having a heart attack, and he yells out, "Oh, it's a comedian. And he's talking about how he was in one of the shows with this one hilarious female comedian, and she's running the show or whatever, and he ends up having a heart attack backstage, and he's like yelling, call my girlfriend, call my girlfriend." He said, because at the time she was the only one who knew that I was gay. And so I told her, call my girlfriend, because I knew she would know what I meant. And he says when he gets to the hospital, his partner came and he had got a flower that he just picked on his way in or whatever. Aww. And he said, I thought it was the sweetest thing. He had this most beautiful smile, like the most beautiful eyes. And then he like shoved it under my pillow, and all I could do was cry, because is that what our love was? Aww. And he was like, and so I thought, when I get out of this hospital, like, I'm going to change that. And he's like, my boyfriend. And he struggles to say boyfriend, then he says it, and he smiles and he laughs, and it just was like, it is so good, because it really sucks to see, especially like, obviously they're going to be older people. I feel like more and more nowadays we're more accepting of it, so we're allowing kids and stuff like that to choose on their own and say whenever they want to say. It took me a while. I think I was 20 when I finally said that I was into women. That
you were what? No, I'm just kidding.
Bisexual. And I think that was hard for me, because I also grew up in kind of a family. I mean, they're accepting now, but I think at the time I was so afraid that they wouldn't be accepting. I don't know. I thought they would like shun me or something. Yeah. And I remember I don't want to cry, but I remember I told them, my parents, for the first time, and my dad got out of the car, because they were in the car just stopping by to see me at work. He got out of the car and he hugged me, and he was like, I'll love you no matter who you love. And I just was like, and it like made me just, it rocked me,
I bet.
It rocked me, because it's just like, it's so crazy to feel that fear. And that's why those videos get me too. I think not even if I had come out, even if I was completely straight, like,
they get me all the time, dude.
I see videos like, these even young kids, but like the older people, like finally having the courage to say who they are, and just like you can see the fear on their face before they say it, like they're gonna, like something horrible is gonna fucking happen to them, and then when they get that support, the fucking relief, holy fuck, you don't hate me, like,
no, you know, a video I can never get out of my head and always makes me cry every time it recirculates is the one of the son doing his makeup in the room, and then like he hears his dad coming, and he like turns off the light or something, and he's like, "Mijo, ¿qué está haciendo?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing, dad, nothing, dad." And he's like telling him in Spanish, and he's like, "Why did you turn off the light?" Look at him, he turns in like his makeup, and he's like so scared, and he's like, "I'm gonna love you no matter what," and like, and he just starts crying, and I was like,
see, especially when the parents get all emotional, I get real fucked up over those videos. I just like, I don't know, because it isn't as easy, and there are families and there are people who are gonna hate you for those decisions and those choices, or think you're too young to even know what you're talking about or whatever it is. So I mean, I know that we didn't say it at the beginning of the month, but like it was obvious, I felt like, Happy Pride Month, and
yes, Happy Pride Month.
We support all of our listeners and our friends and family members that are LGBTQ plus.
Yeah, and we are a safe space.
100%. You just made me cry. So I was just like, I can't stop thinking of those videos now. Yeah, there's like so many. And
they're good,
and they're so good, and it's I'm so happy to see more examples of that. You know?
Yeah, because
we don't want to be fucking 40 years old having heart attacks, pretending because he was like, I almost died, and I'm pretending this is what I worry
that's like about. The thing. They're like, oh yeah, he lives with his roommate for years and years and years, you know, him and his roommate got a house together, you know.
Yeah, there's like writings in history, like you find women loving women or men loving men, and it's like roommates they redo it as roommates. It's like, I don't know, but yeah, so be who you are, be proud, love who you want, love who makes you happy. Love people who make you feel supported. You don't even have to label anything. I think that's an important thing to say also.
Yeah. Labels are unless you don't want them to be if you're proud, wear it.
Yeah. If you want to go by a label because that makes it easier for you, do it. If you don't want to go by labels and you just want to feel what you feel, do it.
Yeah, just know either way we don't care in the aspect that whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Label or not, just be a good person.
Be a good person.
Be yourself, which is the scariest thing you can do is be yourself.
But that's why it's so
It
awesome.
feels so good to be yourself. Yeah. It weeds out a lot of the bad people.
Yeah, and dude, and that's the craziest thing too. I think for younger people to learn too. Not that like we're old, but like younger people need to like realize that like it does hurt losing people, and like no matter what, even if they are bad to you, but it's like it will feel better, and it does get better afterwards. So definitely, and if you don't have support at home, I support you. Jess supports you
too. Yes,
the pod supports you. Our dogs support you. Literally, our partners support you. We're just like, there's communities out there, is what I'm saying. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Also, we didn't say it last time, but I guess since we're on the topic of things we didn't say, Juneteenth also passed.
Yes.
So happy Juneteenth to everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been recording for quite a while. Should we wrap it up with some gratitude?
Yeah, I think that sounds really good. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Yeah, I can start. Okay. I'm really grateful because if you guys have listened to earlier episodes, you'll remember that I have been on a wait list to get in with an amazing therapist, and I'm finally going to be able to get in starting mid-July. I have my first appointment.
Yay!
So I'm excited to finally. I was like, I've been waiting so long, so patiently.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to be able to do this, and hopefully it works. Like, hopefully you love her. Hopefully it's awesome. I know you're getting recommended, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's how I found mine, was a recommendation. So
yes.
Yeah.
Besides that, grateful for life and the AC. Because it is so hot out there.
Yeah. It's so hot, actually. So everybody should drink a lot of water.
Yeah. And wear sunscreen.
Oh my God, yeah. Wear sunscreen. I don't care how much melanin you have in your body either. You get fucked up by the sun. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. And it's hard, but you know, if you can pick up one good habit, put on your sunscreen. You're going to look good later in life too. Like,
yeah.
The UVs be hurting you.
I was going to say, because some people don't even realize, like, really how it works, not to interrupt or anything, but, like, yeah, you just brought up UV, and some people don't realize that even on cloudy days, the UV can be high, and that means you can get sunburned still, which means sunscreen is so important. At least, for me, I feel like the bare minimum that I'll do is face. My face.
Yeah, I know. I try to always do my face. Mm-hmm. And then I started doing my hands because, you know, I'd be driving and road trips.
Yeah.
And I was like, look at this. You can tell I have an old lady hand.
It's literally so normal. What are you talking about? That's so funny.
I put it up against one of my coworkers she's like 20. And I was like, look at your baby hand next to my old lady hand.
That's so funny.
I was like, wear sunscreen, trust.
I don't mean to interrupt this again, but
no.
I literally just remembered that one of our coworkers has a BA in criminal justice.
What?
And I was like, what are you doing here? And they were like, long story, we'll have to table it. And they never told me.
Wait, who? Hold on. That's insane.
I know. But continue, sorry.
Okay, yeah. Just grateful for my home and my car and my jobs. But yeah, my little puppies, glad they're still healthy and alive.
Yeah.
It's like crazy because I saw the Humane Society post like this cute little 8-year-old dog who kind of looks like a black version of Simba. Uh-huh. It's a little girl. And I was like, oh my God, look at the little baby. And it's like, elder dog. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, don't call that little baby an elder. And I was like, oh, I guess technically.
Because it's not a puppy.
Yeah, well, like, because, you know, after 6, they're considered, like, old.
Geriatric?
I think 8's more geriatric, but yeah.
Damn.
Well, because, you know,
our girls are getting old.
A lot of dogs only live to, like, 9 or 10.
Like, my dogs really live forever.
Well, smaller dogs do live longer.
Yeah, well, because they have smaller bodies to circulate, I guess. And also, I think it depends on your breed. Maybe that's the average across all, because some people get purebreds. And I feel like purebreds have a lot of health issues that cause them to die really young.
Min's really enjoying the pod. Like, she's smiling.
She's sick. She looks so chill right now. She's so chilling.
Yeah, but also grateful for you.
Oh, why? Why me? What'd I do?
I don't know. It just says you on this paper. I'm just kidding.
On the thing you wrote, Destiny.
You said read
you.
this.
That's
No.
so funny.
Yeah, just grateful for you and our ability to communicate and bump heads and work it out.
Mm-hmm. I'm also, I think that's just, I am grateful for it, but I was going to say, I think that's just like where and who we are now. You know what I mean? Like, maybe if we had started this pod, like when we
4
first
years
started,
ago,
yeah,
we wanted
first started, I don't know, like maybe it wouldn't have been as easy or something, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe like those confrontations or whatever, comments or whatever, wouldn't have been as easily worked out because I was in a different place.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm just glad, I am grateful that we're here now.
We're like one episode, and then the next one, yeah, we're not friends anymore.
Fuck that bitch!
And then it's just a split podcast. We each do an episode.
I still recorded at your house.
Yeah.
That's so funny. But yes, I love that. Because, I am grateful for where we're at and who we are as individuals and how we can come together.
Yes.
To be a team.
Come together.
Right now.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know the rest of it.
either.
We're doing a lot of singing on this one. A couple singings.
Yeah.
That's fun. You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us in the booth, and thank you for your submissions, guys.
Congrats again to the winners.
Yes, of course. And
if I don't see you, have a good evening, good morning, good evening, and good night.
Bye.